Hello everybody, my name is Ryunn Eldred and welcome back to another episode of Marvel's Midnight Suns. If you missed that last episode, you can find it in the index card up above, in which we created our custom character, the Hunter. I have no arcane keys available. I'm just kind of exploring the Abbey right now. Supposed to find Nico. But let's go ahead and explore, see if there's anything out in the just wilderness that we could loot. I don't know if there's like a looting mechanic or anything to this, but I'm interested in finding out. Hunter's Folly region. Okay. And then I got Sprint. Robbie Reyes, hold up, did I miss something or did Nico just raise the dead?
I definitely helped, but no, that's the one thing I can't do.
You were never able to raise the dead.
Huh? But she just did.
Maybe the hunter wasn't all dead.
Ooh.
Some part of them had to be alive, otherwise my spell wouldn't have done anything. Which makes sense, I guess.
Sounds like a reach to me.
Coming from a vampire who loves to sunbathe at the pool.
Half vampire.
Half dead hunter.
Either way, wouldn't count on that working again.
Yes, we know.
Just trying to help.
How?
You guys done?
By keeping an eye on things out here while the big wigs decide the fate of the world inside?
Someone has to babysit the kitty table.
Babysitting or not, you realize they still have you out here with the kitties, right?
Oof. Ouch.
Ooh. Can't go that way yet. I'm just gonna run the perimeter of the property and see what there all is here. I see a giant glowing symbol over here, so that's obviously a good thing, right? What's right here? I won't get to know. Ooh, I did find something. The sun. Johnny Storm leaps into the sky and blazes bright, showcasing his exceptional power with extreme control. This card represents an abundance of energy as well as optimism and joy. Tutorial. Complete item collect to gain special rewards. The Sun Tarot card. Alright. So good to know that there are collectibles that I gotta run around and find. I love it when games include little things like that. Why does this whole part look completely dead? Climb down into the basement, young child. See what we could find. Another demon door that I can't do anything with. Let's back this way. I can see a greenery. That's all.
There are cracks in this wall.
So maybe I need to get someone who could burst through walls like a Hulk or something? Oh, wait, did these say Stark Industries? They do. Tony Stark out here helping Robbie Reyes with his vehicle? The world famous Quentin Carnival. Looks to be nothing else back here. I guess this is the Ghost Rider area. Something out over yonder.
This is
Witch sign. A glyph scrawled in bone chalk. Its meaning known only to the witch who wrote it. I think, I know who did that. And here I am hoping to find more tarot cards. Allegory of the transience of life. You have collected a masterwork. In addition to the paintings already hanging on the abbey walls, masterworks can be found scattered around the abbey grounds. And inside the abbey. Awesome. I'm just finding all sorts of collectibles. Another door I can't quite walk through. Alright, Brian, you can stop live streaming Apex anytime now. Popping back and forth on my thing. Starting to aggravate me, man. I have to turn my notifications off. Oh, we have a nice cozy little pool. A water rod, barely a stone at all. This blue-black topaz almost seeps through the fingers when held. It smells strongly of a tide pool. Sounds like the sea. Huh. Dude, that's a Spider-Man floaty. I just wonder. Okay, I don't think I'm supposed to be back here yet. Let's go back around to the front. I gotta speak with Nico. Found another tarot card. Temperance. Cloak pours from his goblet into daggers, allowing the power between them to retain balance. Cloak and dagger. Another Marvel superhero duo. What's out this way? The wild cliffs. Jump. I feel like I'd be alright. Song starts playing out in the background. There goes my hero. I'm plummeting faster and faster towards the ground. Oh, inspect.
Fascinating.
Jeremiah Kane, breaker of chains.
Curious.
Edra Moore, our fighter, our heart.
That is
Yelena
something.
Nikovic. Believe the best and made it so. Will
Interesting.
Walker, son of the land. What do we have here? The damsel in the Orlando. Okay, let's talk to Nico. Watch her give me a tour of everything I just ran through.
Hunter. Not sure if you remember me, but we met briefly before. I'm...
The witch who called me back from the grave.
Told you.
Or Nico, but either works. And this is...
Robbie Reyes. Oh man, never thought I'd be standing next to you. Got quite a rep. I mean, caretakers told us stories.
That's Ileana.
Привет.
And I think you already met Blade.
The Midnight Suns.
caretaker has reformed the Midnight Suns.
Whoa. How did you?
Your power. I can feel it. I always do.
So, welcome home. I guess we...
I never left.
Right. Well, we can fast forward through the tour then.
Awesome. It's not like I wanted a tour of the
Yeah,
grounds
you
or
still-
anything, you know, I already know.
Yeah, basic stuff. Dorms, war room, library, a few places to chill, and
Ooh, they're playing video
whatever
games.
the hell the forge
Lade
is.
was playing a video game.
I have to say, for a haunted transient castle raised on the cursed grounds of Old Salem, it's pretty cozy. Of course, that doesn't stop us from adding some improvements. We can all thank Robbie for the Wi-Fi. Oh, and one more thing. We've got some new house guests now. You think we're a fun bunch, just wait until you meet them. Speaking of, we're here.
Yeah, okay. Spend 10 minutes in this place alone, Bruce, then see. Oh, gotta go. Show's about to begin.
Alright. So we have the Midnight Suns and the Avengers.
Taking a big risk with your chosen one.
You act as if I'm thrilled with the situation. If you're concerned, then be all the more vigilant out there.
Easy for you to say.
Nothing about any of this is easy, Blade.
Yeah? Tell that to Wanda.
So, crazy day, huh?
Crazy indeed.
I like to hear the
Some
idle
new blood around
conversations
here.
going on.
Some seriously powerful headliners.
Powerful, yes. But how powerful, we will see.
Big personalities, too.
Obviously
you mean
meaning
big egos.
Stark.
But none of that matters unless they can help us get to Wanda.
And
now I assume something has happened to the Scarlet Witch.
Blade gave you his welcome speech on the way in. You should have heard mine. Still have it somewhere on my phone, I think.
You following me, Doc? Maybe you should go introduce yourself to the youngins.
I'm sure they know of the Sorcerer Supreme, and I wasn't following you.
How long have you two been sharing a room now? A day?
Oh, I don't know. What do you say, Doc? 6, 7 hours?
6 hours, 43 minutes, 8 seconds. And counting.
Wow. And you're already bouncing off each other like an old married couple.
I
Careful now,
want
you're
to
gonna make the kid
inspect
jealous.
It's a cloak.
the rest of the
not a
castle.
cape, and definitely wouldn't be jealous of you.
Oh. As much as I love hearing them bicker, I could just still hear Tony babbling on. I don't have any arcane keys. That's the Playbox Switch, right? Yeah, Playbox Switch. Name of the generic gaming console. I assume this is a room for all the heroes. With my room down here. No. But I did find, if it lets me look at it, Strength. Electrical energy erupts around Thor as he wields Mjolnir. This card represents great courage and taking control of one's destiny. Not who I thought would have the Strength card, if I'm being blatantly honest. Faded journal page. I try to remind myself that 16 is a young age for so much power, but I still lose my temper at times. This child, nearly grown, is rapidly progressing. The training goes well, and I'm optimistic for how we may be able to combat Lillith in the future. But there has been outbursts. If we cannot control these, I do worry that we may face some unfortunate collateral damage. It sounds so harsh to put these words on page, but this is really something that I face. Agatha and I have discussed options for controlling this power, but nothing has worked just yet. My latest attempt is to forge a ward to be worn around the neck. If I succeed, it will not only help the child channel this energy, but act as a shield against direction by Lillith or her minions. Only time will tell. Well, I just realized it said caretaker's journal up top, so I guess that is from the caretaker. And it explains the nice little necklace that glue as she was trying to resurrect me. Strange glyphs.
See.
Huh.
Intriguing.
I'm sure I can find something later for it. A fire rod. Embers swirl on a cloudy crystal, almost too hot to touch. Its surface glows like liquid fire. Glyphs of smoke revolve and vanish in a core of obsidian glass. Huh. So I have a fire and a water rod. And I assume these are more dormitories? Yep, because that one right there is Blade's room. So yes, dormitories was correct. The outside pool. Still have no arcane keys. I shall learn eventually what are arcane keys and how to obtain them. I probably have to come down here later at some point. Moon Knight hides his true identity behind his cloak and shadow. This card represents deception, but also creativity of the unconscious, because he has a split personality. Inspect.
What is this?
Slave of books, some of them older than you, and you are quite old. Chest with vials. Stark setup. The star. Nova rises up into the starry night sky, surrounded by stars that represent the support of his team. The star symbolizes serenity and hope for the future. Nova, the leader of Nova Corp. Ah, some Iron Man outfit.
Intriguing.
And high gloss. That was powered off. That I seem to follow you. Don't tell me that. I'm gonna be stressed all day, following the eyes. Inspect.
Curious.
Orb of Agamotto. Strange's Orb of Agamotto. One of the few artifacts for carrying Sanctum standard. Powerful energy. Huh. Interesting. That was cool.
I'm calling it now. You two are gonna be best friends before this thing is over.
Yep.
1690s, maybe. Hard to believe she's the hunter's mother.
Yo, don't talk about my mommy like that. Don't you dare talk about mommy like that.
Whose power? Cthon, the Elder God.
Ooh, they're mentioning
Is Cthon the
Cthon.
elder god of metal bands?
Hi, Nico.
Technically, you were here first, but don't expect any special treatment. Caretaker will have you mopping the floors and hauling trash whether you're 2 or 200. Caretaker's home for wayward sorcerers, scientists, and slayers.
Signs of muscle atrophy. You seem pretty healthy for a reanimated corpse. You sure you're not a time-traveling robot?
Okay, so none of them are gonna actually have any conversation worthwhile.
Prophecies be damned. It's good to see that face again. You look like it was yesterday.
And you look older.
That's nice of me to say.
How long was I in that crypt, Sarah?
No more than a few centuries. You were missed.
Aw.
Centuries? And what of Lilith?
Fallen by your hand. Until now.
Yeah, so speaking of Lilith.
Tony?
What? The kid's literally speaking of Lilith.
Tony.
That's my name.
Tony. That's Carol and Dr. Spooky over there. Here to help.
Help with what, exactly?
Oh, I don't know. Throwing the magic amulet into the volcano? Smiting the dragon mother? You tell us, kid. You are the chosen one, after all.
Do you recall anything of that last encounter, child?
Ooh, do we get some flashback on our previous life?
A voice. The rest is hazy.
Oh, a voice. That's it? A voice? That's what we have to go on?
Results of your long crypt sleep, most likely.
A minor inconvenience. Everything required to restore those memories is contained within my sanctum. I will simply alert Wanda to prepare the necessary rituals.
Strange. Looks like he's having some dysfunctions.
Straight to voicemail?
Some sorcerer supreme.
Must be mystical interference caused by this little pocket dimension of yours.
Perhaps Agatha can help.
Allow me. Alato.
Does he mean Agatha Harkness? Harkness?
Whoa, what kind of network you running there?
The all-seeing eye of Ereshkigal who judges, bound to enchanted Babylonian soul glass.
We just call it the mirror table.
Wanda! The dark portal, pushing against the wards. Stephen, where are you?
That's impossible. Nothing on Earth could possibly affect those wards.
Wanda's in trouble.
Wanda is troubled.
I'll go.
You'll need my help, of course.
Then let us make haste, Dr. Spooky. Our hunt begins now.
Dr. Spooky. I love it. I love the charm of this game already. Sanctum Symbiotum?
With everything going on right now, we simply cannot afford to lose contact with the Sanctum or Wanda.
Let's go. What does X do? Oh, cool. Wait, I can change my I can't change my customization. I think, okay, yeah. Sorry, the mission screen itself is cut off at the bottom edges. Like, I could see in the recording, I could see it there. But for me, I don't get to see, like, the press A to continue and all that. Dr. Spooky.
Are you ready? The prophecy of the Midnight Sun does not linger, and neither should we. Lilith possesses the Darkhold. If she forced her way into my Sanctum Sanctorum once, I suspect she can do it again.
You are a sorcerer supreme. Can you not predict her movements?
Normally, yes. But since your mother breached the Sanctum, my sense of the future has grown volutinous in nature.
Is that another language, or...?
Fuzzy. My predictions are fuzzy. For the first time as Sorcerer Supreme, I cannot foresee how the future unfolds, and with my apprentice in danger, we cannot tarry.
Alright. Don't worry, Doctor. We'll save your home. Can your apprentice withstand Lilith? What's so important about the Sanctum, whatever?
I understand the urgency. Your apprentice is in grave danger, yes?
Wanda is
hey, +2 heart.
She is the Scarlet Witch, one of the strongest magical practitioners I have encountered. But she hasn't channeled such power on her own since... Never mind. One crisis at a time. I do not doubt Wanda's capability, but without my predictive acumen, I cannot bolster the wards should she need it. Still, the wards are woven into the Sanctum's very essence. They should hold. In any case, all will be revealed with time.
I like my ancient-looking swords.
Use of it while it still functions.
So do I have superpowers? Approach the dais?
As much as I
Hi, Blade.
About time.
Not just about time, Mr. Brooks. Time, space, reality, the building blocks of magic. All must be constant for my portals to work properly. Yet as we now know, that is no longer the case.
We've heard.
Several times.
Otherwise, I would still be hunting dread maidens in my sleep.
Indeed. And while I certainly appreciate the view of this vista, I fail to see how it will hasten our return to the Sanctum.
Magic is the answer.
No, as I've just stated, magic is the problem.
Wrong type of
Your
magic.
magic is not ours. The ground you are standing on exists within two worlds. A mystical anchor point to Ileana's realm that allows her to... Well, I'll just let her show you.
One of my favorite characters from the New Mutant movie. That was impressive.
Any more questions?
Into the portal to Limbo.
What? You've never seen Portal before?
I like her. I like her a lot.
You are standing in Limbo. Nexus of all realities, both real or otherwise. A chaotic but secret realm, beyond the influence of Lillith. Thus far.
I can see that this is going to be a dangerous thing.
Because I am sensing all kinds of
dark energy. That feeling you're being watched. General hellhole vibe.
Yes. All these potentialities converging at once? Truly surprising feat, Miss Rasputin. For someone so young, of course.
That's the one we recognize.
Crazy. Wait until you see Manhattan.
She was a warrior from my time. I like how it lingered on that portal back there.
To just about anywhere on our planet and beyond. We don't want to risk punching through the wards protecting your sanctum, Doctor. So we've chosen a safe exit a few blocks over instead.
Couldn't be worse than the last time.
Alright, let's walk out into the streets of Manhattan. To the Sanctum Satorium. And emission ratings.
Hey, I'm walking here. All I ate today was a bagel.
Is it beautiful? He still snaps the picture.
Protection is still in place.
For now.
I suggest we hurry.
Crossbones? That looks like a Crossbones truck. More Hydra.
Arm Alpha in position.
Hydra officer. How is Hydra just able to like freely move along the streets? You would figure like police or somebody would see these guys coming.
Welcome to New York.
In New York.
I hesitate to call this good news, but I'm seeing minimal Hydra resistance between you and the Sanctum.
Looks can be deceiving, I'm afraid. There's no way these foot soldiers are behind the disruption of the wards of protection.
Alright. Just immediately take out these two. And goodbye, goons.
I am impressed.
Oh. Alright, cool. I'm glad I have a knockback attack. Smack.
I think you got him. That's a neat trick.
That was cool. And slice.
This is a serious predicament for you.
Left on my turn. Nice. Forceful knock. That was pretty cool.
Hail that.
I'm gonna end my turn here.
You'll regret ever facing me.
Reinforcements incoming, some more of them.
That gamma spike we detected in your area seems to be growing. Let's assume that's not a good thing.
Gamma or not, I feel the hand of my mother at work here.
And you're gone.
Wait,
Done for.
Hydra.
And slice and KO. Level up!
Stronger already.
And I'm just gonna kick that dumpster into you. Give hero cards in your hand plus 5 damage until played or discarded.
Position compromised.
A rare strike. Wanda is calling out to me. I feel her struggle to concentrate and I won't be doing that again.
And I'm just gonna throw him right into the concrete barriers. Boink!
Leave some for the rest of us.
Blade did absolutely nothing.
Misguided as they are, remember, Hydra is still human, Hunter. Not Lillith.
You were saying?
The lifeblood of the mother pumps through our veins. The mother is eternal. Hydra is eternal.
Wanna bet?
That's a weird type of cyanide pill.
Wanda!
Wards! Weakening! Cannot let them fail!
Okay.
Oh god.
Close, but no cigar.
Exactly.
Okay, I guess, yeah.
Neighborhood Association is not going to like this.
No.
I'll handle it.
Not. We do not fear your magic, little
Fallen Venom.
We have answered the mother's call. We are Venom to all who oppose her. And you are
Venom. We are Venom, and you are lunch. Venom looks sick. Defeat fallen Venom to complete the mission. Hands can be broken by attacking them with hero abilities.
Well, that certainly escalated quickly. Do I even want to know what that beast is?
It calls itself Venom. Until now, a pale imitation of a very heroic.
Show all the last two attack splits. Start next
We
to
will
the
feed your ugly tongue to the spider wizard. Marinated in his stomach with his spleen.
Oh. There we go. And wind attack. KO.
Hell of a move.
Thank you. Whip. Quick slash whip. And just forceful knockback. Actually. Oh, he has a lot of health.
We will make you pay for that.
A chance to get him in there. Tron.
Interesting
7 damage. Interesting.
Lillith herself could not best me. What makes you think you will fare any better?
Uh-oh. No, I'm just gonna
Mother tells us to hurry.
probably get slapped around by Venom. Ooh.
He's got me. Wrap up.
Ooh. There goes my spinal cord. Alright. A hero is bound and unable to act. Any damage to minions.
This house belongs to Mother. And
Alright.
you belong to us. We shall start with your juicy entrails. Then, slowly savor your delicious brains. Are the rest of your mother's children so chatty?
There we go. Immune. Top save binding. Alright. There we go. Use the axe attack. We'll ignore Venom for a second. Level up!
The sorcerer supreme has ruled the world.
I'm gonna heal myself.
Welcome assistance.
The last 2 attacks played.
A moment. The light shines on the most dutiful.
Symbiote skin. Melee attacks against fallen Venom could trigger his Join Us passive and active symbiote skin. We'll bind the next hero that melee attacks him. Reset. Okay, good to know. And I'm gonna just move Sorcerer Supreme over here. Dr. Spooky. Alright.
Monoforms are for the weak. No more.
Okay.
For an amorphous pseudo.
They're not quite ready to give up just yet.
I know how to do this.
We may not be ready for this thing yet. Might be smarter to pull back until we know what we're up against here.
Surrender. Be eaten. Fill our belly with your tasty fear.
I shall fill your belly with my blade, demon.
No! Dang it.
Watch closely.
Down and get me away. And you go into the Destroy Junction box for a KKO.
Our reputation isn't enough to scare off these so-called children of Lilith.
Lucky to still be breathing.
And that's all I had to do to free Blade. Okay, we're just gonna intern here. Ooh, I got bleed damage. Oh yeah, he spiked me. He's gonna spike Blade too right now, watch.
I think you got some on me. Damn it, what are you made of?
Why is Venom just really going for Blade?
Mother blesses us with
Draw 1, Blade control 2.
Mother
Supply 2
blesses
bleed.
us with strength. We protect the mother, and the reward has been meat.
And to think Lilith was a vegetarian.
Quick strike. Can I bleed Venom?
We will heal faster than you.
Take away your symbiote skin. Enter. Strange. Blessing of the Sun.
This should aid me in my fight.
Ooh.
We will peel back your flesh. You will wait here.
I cannot get free.
Okay, ow. Someone's not playing very nice. you all just lined up for me, and I can bleed Venom.
You should not have come here. Your friends cannot help you. Mother may have claim on your soul, but your brains shall be ours.
Add more bleed. Redraw this card. Give me something good. Alright, I'll stay stuck in the ground. Venom has to be close to death by now.
Gross.
Ooh, he swallowed some symbiote.
Like being hit by the B train or...
Alright, so Blade is being targeted right now.
Even I have limits.
And we'll move to this location. They're like, what? And I will hit you directly into your friend. Tornado! Tornado KO.
Bother us again.
Who's next? Sounds to me like they just missed their mama.
Let's whip him. KO to Fallen Venom.
Size does not always equal strength. No escape from me, demon.
Hold up. We don't know what we're dealing with yet.
He's baiting me. He baited me. I love his green tongue.
Hey, big guy!
Spider-Man. Friendly, neighborly, spiderly.
I was in the neighborhood. You know, being friendly. Seemed like you folks could use a hand, Doc. Jeez, Eddie, what happened to you? That's part of a horrifyingly terrible new look. The tongue was gross enough, but whoa! Someone is extra touchy today.
We will rip your face off and suck the marrow from your bones!
Always nice to see you too, buddy. So, I'm thinking your friends here could use a little break. How about I take Eddie here for his afternoon walk?
Sounds good to me.
Doc. That's just his way of saying he cares!
Go Spidey, go. Mission rating 2-star. I don't know if that's good. Finished in 9 turns. Villain encounter. Difficulty normal. Oh, cool. Marvel Comics. I can't read the fine print. Mob. Wedge. Graphics. Dude, this is cool. This is really cool. We'll take a. You saved a photo to your photo roll. Photos can be viewed by visiting the gallery. Ooh, that's even cooler. Alright, let's confirm an exit. Continue. I wish I could see the stuff at the bottom corner of the screen because I, again, cannot read any of that.
Congratulations.
New world or not, some things remain unchanged.
The look. What look?
Boldly charging headfirst into the jaws of your enemy. Courageously risking the lives of yourself and your teammates. Just to play the hero. This is the
He took a step back.
over again.
Fire Dragoon. My memories may be fragmented, but as I recall, I killed the bastard.
And all it cost was a village.
Ah, of course. I see it now. The look.
Cut him some slack. It wasn't that simple.
It never is. Which is why I sent you to help. If Spider-Man hadn't come along today, we could have lost far more than
the Sanctum?
Or Wanda.
She means I could have died. Again, putting an end to her eternal crusade against my mother.
Oh.
You've been through a lot. For now, it's enough that you all made it back in one piece. More or less.
I'm emitting green
We'll talk more
particles.
later. Get some rest.
Talk to Tony Stark. Well, everybody, I'm going to end today's episode right here. I really do hope you all are enjoying this Let's Play series. If you are, hit the like button, share with your friends, Power Rock, Cat Dog, whomever you got to share videos with as always. If you missed any episode in this, you can find it in the bottom left-hand screen annotation, which is over here. Sorry, I gotta remember right is my left and left is my right. But right here you can find the first episode in which we did the introduction to Marvel's Midnight Suns. Up here you can find the Marvel's Avengers playlist. Right over here you'll find Marvel's Spider-Man, and right down here you'll find the subscribe button to my channel. Make sure you hit the bell icon to be notified when videos come out. I will see you in the next episode. Toodaloo, everybody.